All right, good morning, everybody. Just let's give it 3 more minutes. We're recording today's meeting. Saturdays, I like to record them and put them on YouTube so you guys can watch them later. 11:05 will start exactly, yeah, in 3 minutes. So hang tight.
Catch the poor lady's eyes. Just for fun, it said, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. But don't you believe? Others go. You don't look like they do. Can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the move? That's just the way. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. I should believe.
All right, guys, good morning. How's everyone doing? Who do we have online? We got Sean, John, Kelly, Tanisha. Let me go ahead and share my screen here with you guys. 1 second. All right. There you go. So y'all can see me. Okay, how's everyone doing today?
Good.
All right. Awesome. Hi, Tanisha. How are you? Kelly, I think is new. I haven't seen you on here before. John, how are you, sir? I hope all is well.
Yeah, good.
Good, good. Sean, how are you? I think Sean is new. Where are we reaching you, Sean and Kelly? No answer? No worries. Feel free to chime in anytime, guys. We'll keep it open. So, all right, so like I said, it's 11:06, and we can just get well on our way in regards to our demo. How has everybody been utilizing the application thus far? What do they think about it? What's their questions? Let's start from there. So the Saturday mornings is more of a one-on-one, see how we can help you utilize our features and functions a little bit better in regards to your real estate operations. And then kind of at the end we'll talk about all the new stuff that's coming along. There's always new stuff, right? John's been on for a while. John's like, there's always something new. But we have some exciting stuff coming up, including our web app, and we'll give you a sneak peek of what that looks like. Um, any questions for me, guys, in regards to the application?
I have one if nobody else has one.
Go for it, John.
So, on one of the calls we had, there was a way that we picked a zip code. We picked one in my target zip code, and it came up with a list of like foreclosures, NODs, list pendants. It just came up with a list, and I could never find how to get back to it. Phil tried to tell me in an email how to do it, but I couldn't remember how to
You mean
do
the
it.
distressed property list?
Yeah, that's probably where it came from, is distressed properties.
Sure. So, by the way, I there's this weird thing that's happening with this new iPhone. I'm sorry, it's because I'm on a MacBook. So you guys could probably see, am I sharing a screen right now?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Here we go. Let's see if we can fix that. So I'm sharing this screen right now, and there's this
Okay.
update that MacBook has. It's weird with their new iOS. For some reason, I can only use this if my phone is shut off, which I'm mirroring. As soon as I open it up, it kind of stops. So I'll have to do it a different way, where I'll most likely just have to share the screen, but the black back is going to get blacked out. So I know it's a little awkward, a little weird. So let me see if I can do this. And I apologize for the inconvenience, but this should work. But the back is going to be all blacked out, unfortunately. So hope you guys don't mind. So let me go ahead and share that screen um, and show you what John is speaking about. So share, and it's only on my desktop one, which is extremely weird. So um, let me know if you guys have a visual of my phone.
We can see it.
Okay, awesome. Because I can't see any of you guys now. It's really weird. I can only see my phone. You can only see my phone. You can probably see me, but I can't see you guys or the messages, which is really, really frustrating. But it's okay. So what John's talking about, here's the application, guys. We're in New York. I always start there just because this is where it all kind of started. John is talking about doing a distressed property search filter, which is this little button here, right here. It's our polygon search because it has 5 sides. John, what area were you looking? What market were you looking for distressed properties in?
Memphis.
So John's looking in Memphis. The way we go ahead and navigate to Memphis is you could just go ahead and put in the search right here, just X out where you're at, put in Memphis. It works just like if you were searching for a property on Google, because it does work on Google's technology. And then click on Memphis, Tennessee. It'll navigate you to Memphis. Any specific town in Memphis, John?
And I just wanted to get back to the list. So anywhere in Memphis is fine.
Okay, so let's, I don't know, try South Haven, for example. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually in Mississippi, but that's okay.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
are we borderline? Are
It's
we
a it's
bordering?
basically yeah, there's Memphis is bordered basically by three
Yeah.
states.
So let's go north, right? So let's go into Millington. Does that work?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. So we're in Millington, Tennessee. And what John's talking about is a feature that we provide on our application, which is called the distressed property search filter. That filter allows you to find tax delinquencies, notice of default, which basically means that the owner is 3 months or more behind, a notice of foreclosure, um, and which means they're pretty much very far ahead in the foreclosure process, and a notice of list pendants if there's liens against the property for many reasons, and also foreclosures, right? So when you click on this, John, it should open it up to exactly where you are. It gives you a little step-by-step process of how to do that. You guys can always read this later, but I'll show you how to activate this Polygon search filter because it's not just moving this filter around, but you could actually click on what I call these little pin balloons because they look like balloons from like the movie It. That's what it always reminds me of. But it gets people's attention, right? So you click on it once. I'm going to click on that one. It hovers. You take your thumb off and you put your thumb back on it, and you can move it into whatever area you're looking for, right? You click on the one to the left of it. It gets raised. You take your thumb off, put your thumb back on it, and put it wherever you like. Here you go. So I'm just kind of, as you see, I'm just kind of trying to get like the outskirts of this main town area for the residential properties, and maybe move this guy up over here on the top right all the way up, and move this one up as well, right? So this respective area in Millington, this is, I guess, a majority of that town. And then you're gonna hit the search button, right? So when you hit the search button, it's gonna pull up everything that's a foreclosure, notice of default, notice of list pendants, and so on, and tax delinquencies if they are there. From here, you can go ahead and basically check off the ones you want to pick, right? Let's say it's this one. Let's say it's notice of default. Let's say it's notice of default, notice of list pendants, and then you can add those to your list, right? Why do you add them to your list? You add them because you want to skip trace these guys, these properties. The ones that are already skip trace end up on top. The ones that you just populated end up here. So you can see um Millington, right? And then you could check them off one by one, select all, or even select all and export that list of skip trace information. But the skip trace information will basically be able to find you the phone numbers. And I know this is not answering John's question, but I'm just while we're here, John, if you don't mind, I'm just expressing to the group what this feature is for, is to find out anybody that's in distress in that respective area, be able to skip trace those properties and be able to find information on them. So they've been skip traced, the four on top. If you click on one of them, let's just click the one on the top, and you'll find the distressed property information right here, right? Jerry Pool, landlines, phone numbers, and we do collect email as well. Where we won't go too much into distressed properties, but because I want to answer, John's question. So notice a default, same thing. You can just go one by one and figure out like what the balances are, phone numbers, and who the owners are of that property. But what John's talking about is, I believe, is how do you get out of this screen? Is that correct, John?
The screen that you were just on that had that list, that was exactly what I was trying to find again. I just forgot that you had to use the polygon tool to get in there to see that.
Okay, got it. Now, do you know how to get into that screen outside of the Polygon search?
No, that because last time we did it, I think we did not use the polygon tool, and I forgot about that.
No problem. That's why we're here on Saturdays. So let's click on the X button to get out of the Polygon search window. This is not your regular map. This is the Polygon map. The way you know that is because there is a Polygon filter. The way you close out of this is hit the X button. John, this is the other way you get into that screen. You go to
Okay.
your profile. You go to your profile,
Hmm.
and be able to click on my visits, and then you see the toggle switch from my visits to distressed properties and back and forth.
Mm.
So these are your visits for everyone that's online today. My visits is literally what it states. It's the properties you visited on our application by navigating from market to market and clicking on that property to do either data search or requested, like look for acquisitions or try to do dispositions. These are all the properties you visited. To get to distressed properties, just click on that and you're back at that window again, John.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Any other questions in regards to the application? And by the way, this is going to get annoying because now I have to close this window. I'm going to let Carolyn in. I think she's been waiting and I couldn't see that, right? And now we are back at sharing our window. There you go. Um, any other question, guys? Good morning, Carolyn. I apologize you were in the wait room. I hope you weren't waiting too long. Unfortunately, there's a new update with my MacBook or everyone's MacBook and iOS that doesn't allow, or at least I don't know how to do it, allow you to share your phone now without oh, sorry, without being able to black out the background, so I can't see anything that's happening. Um, so welcome. So any other questions? Sean, Kelly, good morning, Phil.
Morning.
And
Morning,
anybody else
everyone.
that's new to the group that has any questions about the application? Hey, how do I download it? What does this thing do? Does it do this? Does it do that? How does it compare to other? Yeah, yeah, Sean, you don't got to raise your hand. Just speak up.
What's,
This
hey,
is
what's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Happy coffee morning. Just
So I got this from Ageless Cash Machine, the referral for FlippBidd, which is kind of neat. I'm always into new technology and how to search properties, so I appreciate that. So far, the free trial is pretty cool. Um, I try to spread the word around, and I'm kind of like a network marketer. But so I had a question. So I'm a hard money, private money broker, right? So I see some of that. It might have something an edge there for us brokers. I work with wholesalers too. I find buyers for wholesalers, so like the dispo guy. How is this uh you know good for us, the brokers and dispo people?
So I think I'm gonna chop that down. It was a lot. So welcome first and foremost, Sean.
Sorry about that. It's the coffee.
Ah, it's all good. It's all good. I love the coffee. Happy coffee morning because I had two coffees. I love my coffee in the morning. We had Damon Wallace coming in. Wow, there's okay more coming in. Um, so here's the thing. So you asked a few questions. So you said, A, you're a broker. You basically do hard money lending, private lending, which a lot of people in our community are very interested in. So I'm going to show you how one our users can basically request lending on their application seamlessly within 10 seconds and get pre-approved within 24 hours from our lenders. That's one. Two, I'm going to take that question and I'm going to break that down for wholesaling purposes. Am I correct?
Yeah, no, I'm not the wholesaler. I'm the connector, dispo, whatever you want to call it. So I don't invest, and per se don't wholesale. If that answers the question.
Okay, so you want to show them how you could utilize the application for disposition purposes?
Maybe if there's something that they're interested on there, like somebody says, "Hey, I've had this property in Missouri. It's very hot in St. Louis. I'd have to be like a premium subscriber to gain access to that, or like JV with them or something. Does it get that deep, or
Yeah,
um
it gets actually extremely deep. We haven't even scratched the surface on what this thing does. So that's to answer your question. Let me go ahead and point your attention to, I think I'm already sharing this, right? So do you see these this my flyers over here?
yep, I got single app and then upload deals in less than 30
That's
seconds.
right. So let me give you an example. A prime example of for everyone out there, whether it's Kelly, everybody else, right, John? Um, our application, one of its main functionalities, right, outside
Oh,
of acquisitions and finding off-market private deals, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, is the ability to actually dispo a property on our application or even through our website. You don't even have to be on the app to market your property. Absolutely free, $0 for fees, commissions, points, and you won't get spammed. What am I comparing to? Social media posts, right? On Facebook. They're huge. Everybody likes to present properties and look, they have a great thing going, these admins on Facebook, right? Here's the problem with that. There's a lot of data scrapers out there, and there's a lot of people, I'm sure everyone will agree on Facebook, right? As soon as you respond to a property, you don't know if it's a real or not, right? If it's a real deal, but it catches your attention, you're going to respond, and that post is probably going to get multiple responses. There's a lot of people out there
right.
that say, "Hey, IM me," right? Or message me or respond back if you're interested. You don't know if that deal's real or not. Why? Because there's a lot of data scrapers out there. They're just trying to get your contact information, and it really doesn't lead to anything. However, the human psychology behind that is, I'm a wholesaler, I'm a seller. This channel has 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 followers. I'm going to get a lot of eyes on my property. I'm going to upload it and see what kind of responses I get. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. It's a lot. There's a lot of weeds in social media, especially Facebook, and then people say they are who they're not. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So we solve for that problem, right? How do we solve for that problem? We have checks and balances on the application where every time a property goes up, right? First and foremost, you have to be a real user of the application, um, to upload it in the application. Do we have the capability of having wholesalers upload it from our website? We do. You don't even have to be a user, but we also check. Phil and the operations team make sure they check on a daily basis of what properties are going up. And if it doesn't, if it looks off or if the email doesn't match, it raises a red flag, we will contact you. If it's fraudulent, if it's offensive, if it's inaccurate, we will take that down and it comes off the application. So we have certain checks and balances in play. Two, we pride ourselves because one thing Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all these other social media companies can't do that we do is once you're on the application, you can upload your property in 30 seconds. I mean that. I'll show you how to do it right now, right? So we could leave a 30-second voice note and upload a Google Drive. We're also adding the Dropbox feature because a lot of people use Dropbox as well. But because our application works on Google technology, we thought this was the first best place to start because especially Google Drive is free. So let me show you how that works. Okay. Let me go ahead and just really got to figure out how to change this software update to share my phone and the background. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Let me know if everybody can see it. Do you see that there, Sean?
Yeah, I see your screen. Yep.
Okay. So now that you see the screen, I'm gonna go back into the application, right, and show you. Now, give me an area of interest. I know you're a marketer, but tell me where you're looking.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. I don't think we have a tremendous amount of properties out there uploaded by our wholesalers, but we do have we
Oh,
do have
you need zips or specific
no, we just go right
zips or
into St.
anything like
Louis.
that.
It's downtown St. Louis, right? So there's a property here for sale. And if you want to see more, right? Because we have a partnership with Lead Zolo, right? We're just going to click on this little button right here that I just pressed. I'll show you. So on the top right here is your map filters, and be able to click on that,
Mhm.
click lead Zolo as well on top of our community uploads and our community of investors. And by the way, guys, we are adding very soon. It's probably going to take about a month or two, but probate leads nationally, about 12 to 18,000 leads every month. As well as we're in discussions with foreclosure.com. Don't hold my foot to the fire. It's a little bit of more red tape with foreclosure.com, but we'll hopefully we'll get them across the finish line. So let's go to St. Louis, Missouri. Right here it is. Let's go to St. Louis. Um, Here we go. Hit the apply filters, and let's see what that looks like. So, no leads, all leads in St. Louis. Okay, within the 3 mile radius. Maybe we'll get
Mhm.
a little bit more granular later, but let me show you or we'll go into a different town because they do have a tremendous amount of leads. Maybe just not in St. Louis is just a big area. Maybe we have to get into the individual like Oakville, Columbia, Belleville areas, stuff like that, because it only does a 3 mile radius. So let's say you're in this neighborhood in St. Louis, right? And you're going to go down to the street level. And every time you drive down this house or you got a property, there's a multiple use cases. People get properties from WhatsApp, text, emails, or maybe you're just driving for dollars around Market Street, Marcus Avenue. But then you have this property, right? That is like staring you in the face that may be, boarded off. You could just take your finger. This is just one way to do it. The other way is just put in the address. I don't know these addresses. So I'm going to use what's called the FlippBidd One Touch feature. Now I'm going to show you how fast it is to upload a property. I'm going to click on this property. I'm going to assume it's boarded up and it caught my attention. And I'm going to hit dispositions because that's what we do, right? We dispose of properties. I'm going to go click on sell my deal. I'm going to click on Google Drive. And by the way, this is just for demo purposes. I'm going to give Google the authorization to connect with my folder or the application to connect my folder. Here's the demo folder. It has all the JPEGs and MP4s. I'm going to click done. I'm going to put up a price, let's say $250,000. It is a wholesale deal because, yes, you can do subject to and others and contract assignments. I'm going to upload a picture, right? I'm going to go to my gallery and I'm going to say, let's say that this is the property. And you could add more and then I'm going to leave a voice note. Hi, my name is Ken Singh. I have an amazing property on Marcus Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri. It's valued around 350,000. It's a single family home. Needs minor updates. The roof definitely needs updating, but it would be a beautiful home for a family or a starter home as long as we can put a little bit of money in updating the kitchens and bathrooms. But overall, fantastic deal in a great area. Connect with me on FlippBidd for more information via chat or call. There you go. So I left a message. Now we know that there's not a robot behind this. We're not connecting people to some data warehouse or MLS data warehouse somewhere in the cloud. There's a human being behind this thing. And we can
Got
go
it.
into this later, but I guess you can sell it to an entire network or our vetted investors. Let's just
Okay.
say, let's just say we don't care if you're a buyer, a seller, a broker, a wholesaler, a middleman. I don't care who you are, what your title is, whatever. I just want to make sure you're capable of buying this home or finding me a buyer. And then you can say, yes, I hold a contract of sale, right? Or you don't have to. You could potentially be brokering the deal. So you don't have to check that off. But let's say you do hold a contract and you hit the upload property. Yes, you abide by state, federal, local real estate laws on top of FlippBidd's terms and conditions. Hit the OK button. And despite the fact that I've been speaking and kind of teaching you about this, how long did that take?
A couple of minutes, right?
I would say a couple of seconds. I would say about less than a
Oh,
minute.
but the whole problem, the whole process. Yeah,
Yeah, the whole
yeah, that's
process.
pretty quick.
So,
Yeah.
so, so, guess what happened at this point? This new little icon presenting this property, a push notification now went out to 1,700 people in one shot.
And that's just inside FlippBid, right? It's like
That's right.
the tagged buyers per se, right?
Well, it's not tag buyers. It's literally anyone that has the application installed on their phones. The way the application is built, you don't even have to have a pro license. One of our giveaways, right, to our community is you don't have to purchase the app. You don't have to go to the pro license. You can just get notified of off-market deals coming in real time within a minute or two all day as long as you have the app installed on your phone.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that before. So, like, when I see those something that I'm interested in, to engage. So where does the pro come in when you have to subscribe? What can I do without it? What can I do with it?
Right.
Uh,
So we're going to give you 10 searches, 10 property views, 10 research property data, 10 skip traces. If you contact Phil, and it's only we only do this when you schedule a discovery call with him. During that discovery call, because you've already attended a demo, that's a part of our kind of our new like give a little, get a little
uh-huh.
methodology. Because we don't charge you for the data, we don't charge you for the skip tracing. We give you a 7-day trial. Phil, if you're on there, if you want to share your information or your personal email address, and he can connect with you. He'll activate you for a full 7-day trial. You can use it unlimited, unlimited. Only thing that happens is after that 7-day trial, because it's real data and we pay for it, we have a bill that comes in every month nationally. We have a
Right.
bill for skip tracing. We have a bill for everything, like, being on Amazon web server, all this stuff, right? It adds up. We have an overhead. We can't just give away this for free. So after the 10th
Gotcha.
time, you're not going to be able to click on view property. You're not going to be able to pull data and you're not going to be able to skip trades. But we give you enough time but you can still go online and visit and scroll around and play around with it. The only thing you can't do is use the data functionality. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right. Yep. That makes sense.
Now, let me show you what we can do that Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I don't know if TikTok's going to be around any longer after what I'm watching on the news.
Yeah.
Can't do. So, and I know you're a marketer, so that's probably going to hurt you. I do apologize. But here's the property. Here's your voice note. Here's all the information on the property because it's already been pulled. We didn't have to enter it. Just keep that in mind. You didn't have to physically enter this. Here's your Google Drive. Here's your sales comps within a 1 mile radius of like properties. Here's the mortgage data, right? The owner information. And here's MLS history if it's listed. It's not. But guess what? Now we're gonna shorten the due diligence cycle, which means people are gonna stop wasting your time of, hey, do you have some updated pictures? Do you have some additional pictures? Do you have videos? And the answer is, are you on FlippBid? My property's on there. Just click on the Google Drive link. I'm gonna click on it now. I'm doing this all in the app. Just keep this in mind, right? So here's the pictures, but maybe you wanted to go ahead and present the property. I'm gonna click on one of the videos, and I'm doing this all in the app, right?
Here
So
we
you
are
can
at
go ahead and walk.
1809 139th
You
Avenue.
could, this obviously not is
One
not the
family house,
property,
big,
but you
nice.
could go and present the videos of your property right through your Google Drive to everyone in our network.
Yeah, that's good. That's legit right there. Yeah, so it's like a virtual walkthrough.
That's right. And we're doing a lot more for it. This is just one video. We can keep going and people want to know what the boiler looks like, the conditions look like. You can show everything on here. We're not going to stop you from uploading multiple videos because it's your Google Drive. So that's one of the key points that we like to point out. But that's just like I said, one of our main features that you actually have the ability. You don't have to leave a 30-second voice note. So if you don't leave a quick 10-second voice note, can you upload a property in 30 seconds or less? Absolutely, you can.
Very nice. I appreciate that.
All right. So with that said, I'll take some other questions. So Sean, hopefully that piques your interest. And by the way, in about a week, everybody, we're going to be creating. It's already done. We're creating a new properties function. So under your profile, there'll be the properties that have been uploaded over the last 7 days from everybody nationwide. You will get a notification. You're not able to turn this off. It only happens once a day, mid-afternoon. Everyone gets notified. 34 new properties were uploaded on FlippBidd. 25 new properties were uploaded on FlippBidd. 100 properties were uploaded on FlippBidd. When you click on that notification, it'll literally take you to that page and list of properties that have been uploaded for the week. When that property goes over 7 days, it kind of falls off our system in that list. It's still on the app. It just falls off that list. So new properties are constantly coming in. So now you don't have to venture out into different markets looking for properties. Phil's idea. I'll give him credit for that one. Great job, Phil, on that brainstorming. Amazing idea. And you'll be able to view the properties day in, day out without actually going to market and just seeing what's new on the market. And by the way, for those of you who are looking at JV and market these properties, share those properties with everyone in your community. All right. Who likes that feature? Let's give Phil a little thumbs up. John likes
So,
Hey,
so
John.
John likes it.
hey, when you guys have updates, is there some way to notify us? Because I've just tried on my phone what you just showed me a few minutes ago, and it's not doing it. It's saying I don't have any distressed properties uploaded. I went to the exact same area that you did, and I can't do it. So I'm thinking maybe y'all have updated the software and I need to delete
No,
it, put it back on.
no, you haven't. You have when you got to that, did you check off the distressed properties? Did you save it to your list? If you haven't saved them to your list, then there's nothing going to be there, right? So you have to actually first use the distressed property search filter in a respective market, check off the distressed properties that you're interested in, save it to your list. Now that it's in your list, now you can go from your profile, go to distressed properties, and you'll see the ones that were saved.
Yeah, well, nothing comes up in my list. When I toggle to distressed properties, it says you have not added any distressed.
Correct. So I'll do it with you. Okay, so let's take a look. We have Damon Wallace coming in. All right. Let's go ahead and share it again, guys. And by the way, guys, keep the questions coming. This is what we love. This is what Saturdays are about. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen again. I'm gonna make a note to figure this out, how I could share my phone without blacking out the background. Okay, so what market are you? Oh, first and foremost, let me delete this property before the federal agents end up at my door. I'm gonna. This is by the way, guys. If when you upload properties, you have all your filters, or your control panels under your My Profile. You go to My Uploads. These are all the properties that we've uploaded under this account. See these little three buttons here? They're not just there for design. These are your menu buttons. And this is where you can share the property, edit the property, delete property, and mark it under contract. I'm going to go ahead and delete it and knock it out of the system. Great. And now it's gone. Now, going back to John's question, he can't find any properties. Are you in Memphis again, John?
I just picked Millington just like you did.
Millington. Okay. Millington, Tennessee. Okay. So before you get any properties on your list, you have to add them to your list. So here is the Polygon search filter. Here is Millington. I'm not going to move it around again to save a little time. Hit the
Yeah,
search.
that was another problem I was having when I tried to do it like you did, move the balloon, it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't move. And one
It's
time when I did it, it said it was only 3 miles, but I was zoomed
yes.
in on the map. So there's something,
No,
some
no,
kind of
you're right. No, you're absolutely right. So we can only do a search up to 3 mile radius. We won't let you do like a whole state. Like that's just the list is going to be, indefinite. So we give you only a 3 mile radius and a minimum of 1 mile. So you have to click it once, move it, and we only allow you to maximize that search up to 3 miles. So that is correct. Right? Here you go. Hit search. You actually physically have to add these once you check these off, right? Like this one, it looks like it's already checked off, a couple of them, right? This one's already checked off. You already got this in your list. That's what's basically telling you in the grays. But once you add these and hit add to list, they'll be there. I'll do it again. So
Yeah, but wait. That screen right there where you can check, that list is not even coming up on my screen. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay. So this is not coming up on your screen. Okay. We'll take
Plus, I can make when I click on the polygon tool, I can click on any of the balloons and make them bigger. But when I touch it again to move it around, it just moves the whole map. It doesn't move just the balloon or that polygon. There's some kind of glitch.
yeah.
I know I'm computer illiterate pretty much, but I got what you were saying earlier.
Right. So it's tricky, guys, right? So this, by the way, John, don't feel like you're not computer savvy. It's tricky. It took me like an hour to figure this out. So you got to literally just tap it once, tap it, tap it.
Hmm.
Tap it, not keep your thumb on it.
Hmm.
Tap it, right? Leave it
Yeah,
hit,
and then it blows up just like that. And
right?
then
And
when I tried,
then you press down on it and hold your thumb there. See it's floating around?
yeah, mine's not doing that. When I put my thumb on it and move it around, the whole map in the background moves around.
All right, so we will figure that out offline with support,
Okay.
and we'll do a separate Zoom, and we'll just, I guess, run a couple tests. Okay,
Okay.
it is working. We have the same version. I don't have like a special version that you do. So what I could tell you is if it's working on my end, it has to be just kind of, I guess, like user error or like a use case of like why it's not working on your phone, right? So we'll figure it out because that's the same version. All right. Any other question? And by the way, John, just email support at flipbid.com. We'll send you out a tech support link and we'll spend 15 minutes on that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? So we got Sean that answered. We got, John, Tanisha has been very quiet. Uh,
Does this only work? Does this only work on the app, or is there a desktop version as well?
Great question. I was going to leave that to last, but we are building a web app. Being that you brought it up, I will share it with you guys. And I know a lot of people have been asking about this, and so I will go ahead and give you a little sneak peek. Don't judge. We're just getting started. So yes, so we are. It's extremely costly. We are a startup. We're trying to do the best we can for our community. And yes, so the web app is well on its way, and it's something that we're going to be able to, some features we're going to be able to build on the web app that we can't possibly do on the that's only going to be available on the app. Web app is like, for example, virtual tours. It's going to have a very quick, very efficient maps. You think this is fast on your iOS, it's going to be even faster on the web app. You'll be able to click on all the leads, whether it's probate leads, lead Zolo, potentially foreclosure if they come in, all the properties that have been uploaded by our. Am I sharing the screen? You guys seeing it?
No.
Oh,
No.
someone needs to fill me in. Here you go. Here's the app. Sorry. I've been talking without sharing it. So here's the web app. You'll be able to do everything on the application plus some on the web app. But it's going to take about 90 days. So we're going to be well into April before this gets launched.
Okay, and is your system designed specifically for iOS or is Android as well?
It's available on iOS and Android. Android has Google Maps. iOS has Apple Maps. That's the difference. It sits on the same technology. And it's going to be the same technology with the new Google Maps for the desktop. And don't fret, don't worry. It actually looks like this. It's really, really, really clean. Okay.
Okay, next question. I have a private buyer that I work with.
Okay.
I'm looking for properties. What do I need to do to see the properties that are available?
Okay, great question. So properties that are available as leads, properties that are available through our
That are
network.
already under contract, meaning someone already has them under contract.
Got it. Okay. So what area are you looking into?
Let's just go with Memphis.
So Memphis does not have a lot of properties just yet. And I'll tell you that there is a big push. We just received our, I know it sounds unbelievable, but 500,000 people, including wholesalers and investors on a national scale. It was actually 1 million. It came from another company. I'm not in the liberty to say. That company did go out of business. But these wholesalers and investors are now going to be marketed to starting February 1. And so you guys should be seeing a lot more properties being populated. So right now, Memphis is not a lot. There's not a lot, but I will share my screen just to show you what that looks like. So any other, well, we could go to Memphis, but I could also show you other markets where there's a tremendous amount of properties. Let's
Yeah,
say,
I don't have a specific area in mind. I just want to see the functionality. If I'm
got it.
looking for a property in a particular area, you can use any city example that you'd like.
Great. So let's go to Miami, Florida. Okay. Tremendous amount of assets. So when you go to Miami, oh, let me take off the search filters. Because if you're on a map filter, guys, by the way, I've learned this the hard way. The properties will not populate. You just make sure you go to map filters here, right here, this little button on the top right, hit reset all so it clears out. And now we're in Miami. And so once you scroll in,
We're
here
not
you go.
We
we're not
don't
seeing
see.
we're not seeing your screen,
Oh,
Ken.
you're not. I'm sorry. This is why I
Oh,
hate this
okay.
new update, guys. I do apologize. I have to keep sharing the screen and then unsharing the screen. Okay. So I just went into Miami, right? I clicked Miami on top. It brought me here. Here's the properties. You have your pick of the litter. Click one, view the property, see it here. Hit this little three button icon over here. It's not just for looks, but you could go ahead and, sorry, this button right here, it's tiny. Share it with your buyer. Hit the share button. I'll send it to my buddy Phil. Um, Here you go. If you don't want to show them the address, you could delete this out. You could change the price. You could change it. It just says FlippBidd Network because that's our account. But whatever you register with, it'll have that name on there. Once I send it, it looks like this from your outbox in your text, right? They got a picture. They got your information with your name, the price that's there. You could always change it before you send out the text. Here's my response from Phil. Here's the address, and then you can share it with all your investors, right? That's all you have to do. Does that answer your question?
Hey, just for clarity's sake, the search that you did, those properties that came up are all properties that are right now listed on FlipBid that are under contract, being sold by someone.
That's right.
Okay. Do I need
Like
to do I
so,
need to have them? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I'll just show you, for example, like I'll go to like Dallas, Texas, the blue ones, like you'll see here in Dallas, right? And then scroll in, scroll out, they'll start populating little by little. There you go. Just a little slow on my end, the Wi-Fi. Got the kids home on watching their YouTube videos and stuff, and the other ones on playing their video games, I think. So here's Dallas, right? So all of these little blue properties are all off-market private deals that you can click. And if you're coming late to our session today, as I explained to Sean earlier, how easy it is to upload a property. Sean, can you express how quick it was to upload a property with a voice note, videos, pictures, and all the information?
Yeah, man, it was pretty quick. What would you say, 30 seconds?
30 seconds to 45 seconds. We charge 0 points, zero fees, zero commissions, and no spam. That's the best part about it. That's why we have a very unique model that appeals to these wholesalers. And as of February 1, there's going to be about a 500,000 them, including Memphis, a lot in Memphis that are going to be notified. That used to work with a previous company. The company is no longer in business, and we're basically onboarding all of their wholesalers and investors on a national scale. All right. So that was was that you, Damon, that asked that question earlier?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm Kelly. I was asking about the
Oh,
search.
oh, Kelly. Sorry, Kelly was asking. I apologize. So did that
It
answer?
wasn't me.
Okay. Hey, Damon, how are you? I could.
Greetings.
Here's the problem. When I'm sharing my screen, I can't see who's talking because everything's blacked out.
Okay,
Kelly,
so next question. Do I need a monthly subscription to search for properties that are for sale right now?
did you just download the application?
No, I didn't download the application yet.
Well, that's your first mistake. You got to download the application, my friend. We don't ask you for a credit card. Download it. Play around with it.
Okay.
Contact Phil. Phil, give Kelly your email. Schedule like a one-on-one discovery with him for 10 minutes, and he'll give you a 7-day trial. Okay, so you can use it unlimited.
Okay, so I do
Yes.
need a subscription after the 7-day trial to search for properties.
That's correct, because this is real
Good.
data we provide you, real ownership information, real comps, real foreclosure information, real skip tracing, real that we pay our bill for, right? So it's not freeware. As you could imagine, there's a lot of stuff you can do on this application that we pay a bill for. So we do let you try it out for a long time with unlimited searches for 7 days, unlimited skip traces. Play around with it as much as you like, but at some point, yes, it will ask you when you click on view property or research property to update to the pro license. And by the way, that pro license, if you speak to Phil or you speak to it's always discounted only for people that join our demos, at least one. And if you could see here, I'm not trying to sell anybody, but while we're doing the demo, we do compete with these amazing companies on the, wow, this is annoying. Hold on. We do compete with some amazing companies here. As you can see on the on my screen, right? They do also charge for their applications, but we literally, and these are real numbers, we literally do all of these things in one single app for a fraction of that cost and more.
Okay, I hope this is not an annoying question. Is it the pro account? What did you call that?
Pro license.
Pro license. What are the limitations with the pro license? Like
There's
how
none.
many property?
There's
Oh,
none.
it's unlimited?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. I like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's only thing limited is the skip tracing because we don't compete with Deal Machine. We give you 15,000 skip traces. We limit it to 100 a month, but it renews every month. So the way we look at, but everything else, the research, the property data, the connecting, the networking, everything else is all unlimited.
Okay, are you, is it designed to actually handle paperwork through the app, or is that something that needs to be done outside the app?
What kind of paperwork?
For example, assignment agreements.
Oh yeah, we don't have like DocuSign, and we don't do like document I guess tracking or but what you can do through the application, because it has, once you become a pro license user, after You can even do it during your 7-day trial. If you connect with anybody via chat or like via chat or call, you could always give them your email and you could just communicate via email back and forth. We don't restrict people. We actually promote the idea of networking outside the app and inside the app.
Okay, and then another tough question. One
Never
of
a
the
tough question.
issues,
I've been doing this for 15 years. Not, I don't think I've encountered a tough question yet.
okay, great. One of the issues that many of us, I'm sure, have dealt with is running into wholesalers that are daisy chaining, and we have no idea that it's 7 levels deep. How does your app address that issue or potential issue?
Sure, great question. So I'm gonna do the unshare and then reshare, which is real fun. I used to like it the way it was. And I'm gonna share my screen again. So we figured this out very, very early, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually am, and I got involved in real estate, off-market private deals, like a year or two after the market crashed, in 2008, and I was that guy in the middle that figured out like what daisy chaining was and why people were getting deals from other people that were getting for other people, and everybody wanted 5, 10, $15,000 in between, and then between buyer and seller, right? The principals, right? They couldn't get a deal done because all of the spread was eaten away and it was a waste of time. So the way we solve for that is I'm gonna ask you to give me your street, city, and state. I don't need your house number. We don't need to disclose that.
Me personally,
Yep. Because I'm gonna go right into your backyard. Street, city, and state.
Briar Lake Court,
Briarly,
Lake,
and I hope I'm spelling it right. Lake.
Briar Lake, like 2 words, Briar and Lake put together. You have Briar Lake Court, Fayetteville, Georgia.
Okay. All right. So we're here, right? We're in Georgia. There's a bunch of properties for sale, right? I lost Briar Lake. I shouldn't have done that. Come on, 1 second. Now, let's say you find a property in Briar Lake Court in your house, near your house here, right? You're driving around and you notice one of these properties on Benson Circle. I'm sure you're familiar with these streets. You've probably driven around a few times. Or let's go to Old Ford Road, right? You stop by and you notice that this house right here, beautiful area, right? Beautiful home. It seems like there's some paperwork. I mean, you're probably not going to see it from the backyard. Let's go to the front yard. That you're seeing some activity, you're seeing people looking around, walking around, and you notice that it's in foreclosure. So driving up Bramblebush Chase, you take your finger and you press down on the property like you just did. You click on research and data. You hit the research. Oh, no information on that property. Oh, what about the next one? Sometimes, look, guys, we're connected to a data warehouse for research and data, and some areas just don't populate as much as others do. So let's say you're looking into this property, right? And you want to be able to sell it, right? Is that the question?
No, I'm looking for properties to buy.
Right, properties to buy, but you're I'm sorry. So you're doing acquisitions, right? But
Right.
someone is selling it and you want to avoid the daisy chain, right? So let's say someone's selling this property. Okay, we couldn't get the data, but you can still add it. That's what it's saying. We weren't able to find data. When people upload a property, the way we solve for that is when people want to sell to a verified investor, to just anyone, they can do that. But usually what they do is they don't mark I hold this contract to sale, or they do. But if they do, right, and they try to upload a property, you know what? I'm gonna have to go through the whole process to explain to you how that works. We have a
Can
couple
you
of
use it? Can you use a different area
sure,
where it's populated so we you can see exactly?
sure.
I mean, it doesn't have to be in Georgia. I don't know what
No,
the
it's fine.
limitations are.
No, there's no limitations. There's just certain areas that our data aggregator hasn't been able to pull information. So let's just go to this one. Huh, that's weird. Why isn't this populating all of a sudden? That's very strange.
How about Florida? Let's just
Oh no,
because you got
give me a second. I'm not sure why that's not working, and it should be. That's extremely strange because all of these properties, I got to figure out what's happening here because all of these properties were able to populate um up till today. So I'm hopefully they're not working on something. Just check something. Sorry guys, I apologize about this. Because all of those properties that are for sale, someone sold them with all that data on it. So not Florida, New York, sorry. Let's go to Miami, Florida. We might have to contact our data provider. I'm not sure why that's not working, and it should be. That's very strange. And if it's not working here, we know 100% that we're not being able to pull data. And we'll fix it right away. Huh, weird. Okay, so that area for some reason we weren't able to pull data, and I'm gonna check that out why that's not working. So, all right, so here's a property on on in Florida on 89th Street, right? So someone potentially is reviewing this property because they got the property on via text, via email, via WhatsApp, where they're communicating with someone within their network. They looked at the property, they looked at the sales comps within the 1 mile radius, the ARVs. They looked at the mortgage data, and they found that Nuno and Veronica own this property. There's plenty of equity in it, right? And so they skip trace this, which you can do. They write through your My Visits. They got to Nuno and Veronica. Fast forward, they're like, okay, I want to sell this property. I got the contract. Once they sell this property, all the data has been saved. And once you plug in the information, I'm just throwing arbitrary numbers in, contract Simon, and put a picture in here and then leave a voice note up to 30 seconds, which you can do. When they upload a property, anybody has a right because this is a highly unregulated industry. So technically, they can upload a property and say, "Look, I'm willing to sell it to the entire network," right? But if they click on "I hold the contract to sale" and try to upload it, it's always going to ask you that you have to abide by state, federal, and local real estate law and on top of terms and conditions. And our terms and conditions state that you have to be telling the truth in so many words and that you're not lying to our community. And if someone red flags you, and by the way, there is a way to do that, right? If someone red flags you, right? Our operations team, right, working with Phil, is going to not only take down that post, but send you a one-time warning that you lied, that you hold the contract, right? And the second time you do it again, you get red flagged. And this is the only way we can do it is we're going to basically blacklist you based on your phone number and email. How do you red flag? Okay, so let me go to one of these properties. So let's assume that one of these properties that you're viewing has inaccurate information, right? So if you go and I can't do this because it's our property, but on your side, these three buttons over here, right? You could actually click on and report content.
got it.
Once you report content, you don't see this on my side because it's our property that we upload and we market for some of our wholesalers, right? But you on your end, you'll get report content. So what ends up happening over time is some of these people that are just uploading properties that aren't learning their lesson, they're going to learn it real fast when they can't utilize the application because what will happen, right, when they open up the application, they'll kind of be stuck at this view, this world view. And if they try to click anywhere, it'll just say, please contact support. Your application has been suspended.
Okay, that's good. That makes sense. So, for safety's sake, we can always differentiate between the ones that say they have a contract and those that don't, correct?
That's correct. So I'm in Orlando, right? So, and let's just use, I don't know why Georgia wasn't working. I'll look into that because there's a tremendous amount of properties that get uploaded. I don't know why. So let's say you're on Lake Champlain Drive in Florida, right? In Tampa. When you click on this and you're looking to dispo this property, or one of our sellers are looking to dispo it, you hit sell my deal and they plug in, their Google Drive, which I'm not sure if you had a chance to see, but I'll do it again just for, demo purposes. You can give our application access to your Google Drive and upload all the pictures and videos, right? Put in the price of let's whatever it is, $850,000. It's a contract assignment. You go to your gallery, you know, upload the picture, you leave a voice note. Hey, my name is Ken Singh, got an amazing property in Orlando, Florida. Connect with me on FlippBidd for more information via chat or call. Up to 30 seconds explaining about a little bit about the property. Then you click on verified investor. Did you notice what happened when I clicked that? Take a look again. What automatically gets clicked?
I hold the contract.
Right. You can't unclick that if you want to sell just to a verified investor. We have verified investors that we vet on our side, making sure that we have their information, capital on hand, their track record, what they've closed over the last year, and potentially their proof of funds. And we create an ID card. So we also have verified investors. So our users know that there's verified investors on the application. Okay, I only want to sell to a verified investor because I hold a contract of sale. You cannot sell to a verified investor unless you hold a contract. And
Okay,
then
so
and then when you hit upload, same thing. Abide by state, federal, local real estate laws and top of terms and conditions. Does that make sense?
so when I look at that particular property, there'll be something that indicates that they've already checked that box that they hold a contract.
Yes,
So okay, that's what I was concerned. All right.
that's correct.
That answers my questions. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Connect with Phil. He'll get you that 7-day trial. A great question, by the way. All right, guys. So we're at 12:03. I know people are still coming in late, and I'm about to surf. There's a lot of people coming in right now. Damon. I'm sorry, guys, for those of you that just got in. We start at 11. And so we're gonna try to keep at schedule so people could get on with their Sunday instead of hearing me throughout the day. For those of you guys who need to get a 7-day trial, you know, just know that on the seventh, at the end of the seventh day that are on the free version, it will stop you from utilizing all the data and skip trace features as well as viewing properties. But I always tell people, if you want to be notified in real time of new properties being uploaded by our community of users, you just got to keep the app installed. You don't have to purchase anything. It's going to let you know new deals are populating. So it's almost like a trigger of like new properties all around the country. Cost you nothing anyway. So just keep it installed. You know, check it out, play around with it. The only thing you can't do is anything that involves data, meaning searching for properties, searching for networking with other people, which is also data that we provide to you, skip tracing, and so on. Any other questions, final thoughts before I jump off? Okay. With that said, I'm going to go back to my Sunday morning music and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. I know whoever came in late, please connect with Phil at Augustine at FlippBidd.com. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Saturday.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Before we go, I
Thank
actually
you.
I added my link for
Bye.
the one-to-one demos. It's in the chat. Feel free to click it, and I'll give you the 7 days if you haven't attended one already.
Thanks, Felipe.
See you guys
All
later.
right, thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.
Just the way
Bye.